Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another guitar channel. Another guitar channel is a channel for all those guitarists who cannot play the guitar but they love to turn the knobs. And I'm here in Birmingham Show 2020 with Italian guitar maker. Hello,
hi everyone.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
We've met last year, but actually the sound wasn't very good, so we got opportunity to make the video again. And as well, you get probably more experience than last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
What did you learn within this year?
Within this year?
Yeah.
Oh well. In terms of my work, I just make a very big step up in terms of, let's say, finishing process, and then some fairly interesting specs for guitars, such as, I don't know, true temperament, fan fret instruments, which are becoming more and more requested. Yeah, and that pretty much it. And then I got a new line of cover tops guitar.
Carbon tops?
Cover tops.
Half top, okay.
And yeah, such as that one.
You okay, but so you can...
Yeah, there you go.
Bring it.
Something like this. I don't know
All
if you can see the camera. Yeah, here you go.
That's the beauty. Tell me something about it then. What is it made of?
So yeah, this one is single piece flavor maple neck with carbon fiber reinforcement. Of course, quarter sawn grain. Single piece mahogany body, which is stained black, but it is single piece mahogany body, and a master grade carbon maple top on top of it.
Like 4As, triple A's?
4A.
4As, yeah.
And then you got ebony fretboard and Jessica stainless steel jumbo frets, abalone inlays, all Schaller hardware from the bridge to the tuners, which are the M6 locking, and of course my own pickups.
Your own pickups?
Yeah, my own pickups.
Well, you were making them last year as well?
Absolutely, yes. I always make my pickups because, well, the main thing is, it's an electric guitar and I cannot know all the pickups that are in the market. So I rather prefer making them each time for the customer so I can precisely know where to go with the tone of the instrument, really. And so this one, for instance...
So those pickups, what you're saying, those pickups are made exactly for the customer order, or are they made for this guitar to... How you making? You're listening to the guitar from the wood, and you're thinking like it's got those things which I need to adjust, those things which I need to, like, push up and things like that.
Yeah, basically. So I have now a fairly good experience with in terms of wood response, in terms of frequency and stuff like that. I do have, let's say, 3 models of. I have 3 standard models of pickups, which is a standard Alnico 5 PAF style pickup, which is the one that is in there. Then something a little bit more modern and something high output and ceramic one. Then for each guitar I vary them a little bit depending on what needs the customer and how the guitar is sounding, really, depending on the woods and depending on the scale length and depending also in the tuning that the guitar will be. So yeah, every time is basically custom made, just like the guitar, really. So yeah, I just talk with the customer and see what he needs. Also,
do they always know what they need?
Up until now, yes.
Because my next question is like, which part of the guitar making is worse? Working with wood or with the customer?
Well, I am very fortunate in this for this kind of things, because usually I get very, very nice customers. But
of course.
But yeah, sometimes it gets a little bit tricky. Also when you work with very good professionals which have a specific sound in mind, a specific feeling in mind, and at that point you need to be very, very precise on what you do, because you might be right at 90%, but then they come to you because they need that 10% more, and then you go, okay, so I've done this. Now we have to just step up a little bit and trying to make exactly what he needs. And so sometimes it needs a little bit of, well, if I am lucky enough that they are near where I work, or they can come over, usually it's a thing that I can sort out just the day when they retire the instrument.
So before it's like fully lacquered, polished and everything, they work with you on the profile of the neck.
Yeah, exactly,
and,
exactly.
Like
Especially
the sound as well in some way by changing those pickups that you got in stock, and actually they can choose it. Yeah.
If they in other countries or stuff, or anyway they can't reach me, I just ask lots and lots and lots of questions, ask to give me examples, sound samples, or even feeling samples of what they like, and at that point I do my best to meet the specification basically, and well, every time it's gone great. So
how many guitars did you make already?
Well, with this brand, I am at 40 at the moment.
Because that one was 38. I've seen
that one. Yeah, that one is 38. And
how many years are you making them now? Is it 6 years you making them as Valenti guitars?
As Valenti guitars, it's 40, which is because 2 are still in the spray booth, but I count them as done at the moment. In total, I am around 118, 120, something like that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you worked before with a different company, or
I worked with Crimson Guitars.
With Crimson Guitars.
Yes, I worked.
So that's where you got the lessons from, and that's how you learned how to build the guitar.
I have been an apprentice there, and then a luthier there for about a year. So let's say 6 months apprentice, 6 months luthier.
And how long you making Valenti guitars for?
It's from 2017, so it's about 3 years. Yeah.
So did you need to come from Italy to England to go for the lessons? So you?
Well, no. Actually, I didn't get a lesson. I was working there. I was an actual apprentice.
Okay.
So I was. So yeah.
But did you, before you get to Crimson Guitars, did you know how to make guitars already?
I had an idea, meaning that I went to Crimson in 2016, okay, and I started studying for guitar building in 2014. So I got 2 years of studying by myself.
And that was in Italy?
And that was in Italy. And I built 3 instruments in there. First year I just studied, and then I started building on the second year, 2015. And then I realized I need to make way much more guitars than I could do in Italy. So I went to Crimson because they needed an apprentice. Stayed there for about a year, built around 70, 80-ish guitars, something like that. And then went back to Italy and opened my own brand.
With your work, do you use CNC machines, or is it fully handmade guitars?
They are all handmade. I mean, that top is hand carved. All the cars are done by hand, and the only thing that I CNC is fret slots, radius of the fretboard, because it is a compound radius.
Okay.
And also because I also use true temperament frets, so they need to be CNC machined, otherwise you can't make it. And therefore I decided that.
So tempered, you mean those, which ones are like
the wiggly one? Yes.
So there's absolutely no way. How you bend them to put them inside?
No, they are already bent.
They're already bent.
Yeah,
you buy them like this, and it's just the slot which you need to cut.
True temperament basically gives you a full set.
There's no way you can cut this.
No. You need to have the frets already made. So True Temperament gives you a set of 24 frets or 22 as much as you need, basically. And then you go from there, you make the fretboard, and then you put the frets in.
And as well, you cannot use the press to put them inside. You need to just hammer them. Yeah, quite a big job then.
It is a big job. It takes a little bit, it is quite a bit of time, and also you need to be very precise, because also you cannot recrown them, because they are doing this. And usually on the standard frets you can put them in, and if there is a higher fret compared to another one, you just file them a little bit and then you recrown them. You can't do that on those, because you have no room for recrowning frets.
There's absolutely no.
So they need to be
I haven't thought about it.
Yeah, I did. So you need to be exactly precise.
Do you have a guitar with them?
I don't have them at the moment. I don't have them.
If we're talking about those kind of frets, are they really better than the standard frets? Is there a difference really when you're using it with the tuning, with the sound? Why people are choosing them?
The thing is, guitars are in tune on average, meaning that the position of the frets is where it should be on average for all the strings. I have clients that can hear that the guitar is not in tune, and they literally just go crazy because of this, because they just can't accept that the guitar is not a piano and it's not in tune. It's like you can do.
I don't think the piano is in tune.
Well, it depends which piano.
Depends which piano. I wasn't even imagining that. I can even imagine any instrument which is, except maybe those electric digital ones.
Well, if the real thing is that a very good piano is tuned a little bit. On some notes, it is a little bit flat, because
that's what I was thinking. Actually, you need to know how to tune the piano to make it
sounding like it is.
Like it's in tune. So is it the same with those frets? So actually they
they actually
are they perfect? Or?
Yeah, they just go perfect. It's like an electric piano. But the thing is, it's the only way you can make a guitar sounding exactly as each note should sound.
So there is no G string problem?
No, at all. In fact, on the G string, the fret just goes da da da. So it's but that's the only way.
But I don't think that's like a huge market. I mean, probably guitarists still want the normal fret, or maybe the fun fret instrument, which is something in the fun fret is something in between.
That is more because of comfort and string tension, really. Because
for the low tunings and for how you put the hands on
the feeling of the guitar, stuff like that. While true temperament, I guess you need the ears to appreciate true temperament, because if you play the guitar as normal and you just hear, just like what you hear, you don't
hear it.
You don't hear it. Well, there's no point in having true temperament. If you play it and you hear that it's not in tune, then you will appreciate true temperament.
How is the feel of playing on such an instrument? Do you feel that they are bent and they are...
No, well, when you play standard, no problems. It is a little bit strange when you do bendings.
Yeah.
Because you can feel a slight difference in the tension of the string as you go up or down, because the fret changes. So you go, oh, okay.
And again, with the bending, if the fret is not like flat, and it's made to be in tune on the position when the string is not bent, when you bend it, doesn't it go out of tune then?
Well, the thing is
physically, I'm thinking.
Well, the thing is, when you bend, it's you that need to have the ear to go. Okay. I made, for instance, I will make a one-step bending. You won't stop until you get the step. So that's not really an issue.
So it's not an okay. I got it. All right. What's the future for your company?
For my company?
Yeah.
Well,
no, differently. Did you already make the ultimate instrument, or you still?
No, there's
No.
there's no ultimate instrument.
There's no ultimate.
Unfortunately. Well, I see my. I mean, that's the whole point of my brand, to be honest, because the main thing is everyone is different. So my aim is just to build the ultimate instrument, but for each one of the customer. And this means that it will be every time a different instrument. So I have built several ultimate instruments for each one of my customers, but not
but not for yourself. So they were ultimate for the customer who wanted to have them, and the guy was absolutely crazy about it and enjoyed everything. But it wasn't everything that you knew that actually you wanted for your. Are you playing as well?
Yeah, I am playing as well. But for my taste, I have built. There were several that I liked a lot, but the problem is that I'm never truly satisfied with my work, which is I think the main point of keep going. So I don't think when you do this job, you end up being that you make an instrument. At the end of the process, you hate it, like properly hate it, and then you give it to the customer, and you say, "Oh God, this is awful. This is not gonna work." And then the customer takes it and loves it and thanks you for something like that. I mean, I have people that have bought the instrument in 2017, 2018, and sometimes they just message me and they just say thank you. So I think that is the main thing.
That's the biggest satisfaction.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but if you are not happy with something, people are happy. You're not making it for yourself. You're making it for people to play.
Exactly. But at the same point, if I say, listen, I will just give you this instrument back because I just want to say another one, I would say no thank you, because I hate that instrument a lot, and it's for every instrument I make. I just can't. I mean, you spend something like between 40 to 80 hours for each thing.
Okay, so coming out of this, if you are the guitar player, are you playing your guitars or are you playing some other brands?
No, I play a crappy Chinese one for 300 euros. I don't play mine.
You can afford to play yours.
First, and second, I tried, meaning I said, okay, I will build a guitar for myself and then I will play it. It stays in the shop for about a month and then it gets sold. So I end up not having guitars. I spent something like a year and a half just not having guitars because I was building it, showing to someone, and that guy was buying it. So in the end, I was, okay, fair enough, I'll buy a Chinese one and spend 300 euros and no one can buy this.
What guitar you playing?
I just bought a Gibson copy from AliExpress.
Is it Epiphone or is it like a Gibson copy?
No, a proper Gibson copy.
Gibson copy. So the fake ones, oh, you are the one. How are they? Are they good?
Well, I spent...
Did you need to adjust them?
Yeah,
a lot.
But yeah, fretwork, nuts, all the wiring. I mean, I spent 2 days on it, just changing the frets, do that. Sounds okay. It's a guitar at the end.
All right, thanks a lot, man. It was
Thank you very
nice
much.
to talk to you. See you next year. And we'll see
Absolutely.
what you're going to bring next year then.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.